In today's video, I'm going to show you a live rebalance scenario. I'm actually out of range on one of my positions, and I'm going to show you what I actually do when it comes to the process of rebalancing this position to make sure that I'm maximizing the actual income that I'm creating off this position, keeping full exposure to the growth, and minimizing the divergence loss risk that I have in this position. Let's dive right in. So today's going to be a little bit more of a transparent video, and I was sick the past couple weeks. I had sickness after sickness, so I had a lot of time to think about what direction I want to go with my company Builder Wealth, and I realized that building a DeFi portfolio should not be hard. Building a DeFi portfolio should not be expensive, and it should most definitely not be gate kept, which is something that we were kind of doing when it came to our DeFi Legacy program. Obviously, our DeFi Legacy program has a high level of support, so we have to charge a certain amount for it. However, with that being said, I realized that I want to make the actual education more accessible to people, which is why we're shifting a lot of our content just about building a DeFi portfolio into something that we call DeFi Excel, as well as a lot of that's going to come straight to YouTube and show you real live scenarios. And then if you guys need help scaling your portfolio, if you guys need help injecting more capital, making sure that you're beating divergence loss, making sure that your portfolio is set up in a scalable manner, that's where DeFi Legacy will come into play. But we're going to dive into Ethereum to Aave, and if you guys do like this new style content, drop a like and subscribe when notifications turned on, but also let me know down below in the comments section. I want to hear you guys' feedback. I've been in this position since October 24th, so before the election, and the election was obviously a huge move, and this is something that we've been saying for the past year. The election was going to be a huge move in the crypto space because you have pro-crypto candidates as well as it's a huge economic factor. So the overall economy was affected by the presidential election in the United States. With that being said, in this Ethereum to Aave position, I'm not in a horrible position, I'm in a decent position. And here's why. I deposited $9,869 into this pool. I currently have $10,958. I also have a total of $736 of earnings. Of that, I've claimed about $690 of those earnings. That puts me at a $1,825 profit for this position. Additionally, these earnings right here are higher than the divergence loss in this position. I'm outperforming if I just stuck my money initially in Aave and Ethereum. I'm outperforming if I stuck them in a 50-50 ratio. I am underperforming if I just stuck my money in Ethereum, so the play here would have been to actually just hold Ethereum, and I'm also outperforming if I just stuck all of my money into Aave. Now, why is this? That's because we have periods where Aave did really good, and then we have periods where Ethereum did very good. If we take a look at this chart over here, we're looking at Aave per Ethereum. So as the price is going up, that's Ethereum doing better, and as the price is going down, that is Aave doing better. So over here, Aave completely crushed it, but for the most part, these are very correlated assets, so I do have a tighter range. And of course, this one is on the Ethereum network, so I am paying high gas fees, and I do have to factor that in. As you can see, just to get into this position cost me about $10. To claim, it cost me about $10, and now if I want to exit out of this position, it's going to cost me about $15. And then when I want to go and execute a trade, it's going to cost me about $5, and then when I want to go and enter into a new position, it's going to cost me another $20 or so. So that's the thing that you have with Ethereum network. But the thing is, all the other networks are not doing a reasonable enough yield to be over on those other networks. I ran a cost to yield analysis where I'm essentially saying, okay, yes, I'm spending more cost, but I'm getting X amount higher yield by being in this position. And when it comes to rebalancing, this one is actually my fault. And the reason why is because the position did go out of range right over here, but it kicked right back into range, and then it went out of range right down here and kicked right back into the range. That should have told me around this price point, back where I have zero divergence loss because I entered around this price point, I should have rebalanced to a slightly broader range, and that would have helped mitigate some of the divergence loss that I currently have in the position. And I'm not going to use excuses, but unfortunately I was sick during this period of time, so I wasn't really keeping up with the portfolio. Rather, I was just connecting with myself and making sure that I was getting better so I could push out more content for you guys and get back to the DeFi game. But anyways, the first thing that I do when I go out of range in a position is I wait 48 hours. And this is something that I've always said throughout the past 2 years that I've been investing into concentrated liquidity pools. Do not rush the rebalance. And the reason why is because you have more divergence loss over here than you do over here. And as you can see, by waiting just 48 hours, it went in my favor. The position is now at a better point for divergence loss. It has lower divergence loss. The other day, my versus hodl was like $200 compared to initial assets. Still beating it, but what was the point in hopping into this pool earning $750 in earnings? We were only going to profit $200 against divergence loss. Not much. But the thing is, since I didn't rush the rebalance, and now I'm going to rebalance later today, today, that allows me to rebalance at a better price. Now, the cool thing about Metrics Finance is you can simulate the pool directly from the track dashboard. So we just go over to simulate and start to look at this and see what we're going to rebalance to. So I already did a little bit of research on what I want to rebalance to, but basically I want to make sure I can encapsulate this price as well as this price. Now that is going to hit my yield just a little bit, but if we up that max price to something like 21, that's going to give us that exposure up there. Now that would take us from having roughly 100% Aave token to about 63% Aave token. Now if we adjust this min price down more, that will put us at 70% Aave. The good thing about this is, yes, we are getting a lower APR, but since we are not selling as much Aave into Ethereum, we are mitigating the actual divergence loss that we lock in. So if we can keep the majority of our exposure to Aave and actually bet on the fact that Aave is going to outperform Ethereum, that allows us to not lock in as much divergence loss because we are not selling as much Aave for Ethereum to get back into the position. So as far as my max price goes, I would put that at something like 21, and then my min price, I'm going to put that at something like, let's just say 15. That would get me about 67% Aave, which means I'm not locking in a crazy amount of divergence loss. If we were to go back to the initial pool entry price of roughly 17.21, that would mean that Aave would have to go up to $176 and Ethereum would have to stay the same, or Ethereum would have to go down and Aave would have to stay the same, something like that. Basically, Aave would have to outperform Ethereum. But if we were to go back to that price right now, we'd have about $11,530 in the pool after the rebalance. Now, if we just sat in this current pool right now and we didn't earn yield and we waited for it to go back to that initial entry price, we'd have about $11,689. So we'd have about a $130 difference or so. That's because we're not locking in a ton of divergence loss, because we are minimizing the amount that we are rebalancing and actually swapping. And of course, we have to ask ourselves the question, is it worth it taking that $130 locked in divergence loss right there? And how do we determine that? We determine how long it's going to take to earn that in fees. So I currently got about 11,000 bucks in this pool. I'm going to compound the 40 bucks in earnings that I have. Not that it makes a difference, but that will put me at 11,000 even basically. And guys, I obviously have more than $40 in earnings. It's just I have 46 bucks in unclaimed. But when it comes to actually looking at the results, I got to look at a couple different things. The first thing I always look at is volume history, right? You could see over the past 30 days, volume has significantly picked up, but volume is also starting to drop down, which means I don't want to just look at this because that volume is trending downwards. I want to look at the past 14 days or so where we have some low volumes, some high volumes, which will average out to something reasonable, and maybe we'll surprise ourselves and end up doing even better. So that's showcasing a 96% APR. The next thing I'm going to look at is this liquidity distribution chart. You can see over on this price point, there's about $165,000 of liquidity. Over here where we're currently at, there's about $155,000 of liquidity. And over here, there's about 45,000 bucks of liquidity. Obviously, when we're simulating on 45,000 bucks of liquidity, we're doing a lot higher of a return than when we're simulating at the peak of liquidity at roughly 165,000 bucks. So I always like to look at the peak of liquidity just to see what it looks like, right? Just to see what type of performance we're doing there. And if I'm happy with that performance, then I'm going to be happy in the pool. So looking at this, right, 165,000 bucks of liquidity right there, and I'm doing a 90% APR. That's 27 bucks per day, which means to make that 130 bucks back or so, it's going to take us about 5 days. That right there, that's not bad whatsoever. I have to assume that the price of Aave is not going to move out of range within 5 days, and it's not going to do anything too crazy within the time span of 5 days. That is exactly what I'm betting on, right? I have earnings to make up for any divergence loss that I have. And the beauty of this pool is these things are super correlated. They have an 86% correlation over the past 14 days, and then if we take a look at the past 30 days, they have roughly an 88% correlation. But when we look at the past 7 days, that's where these things kind of snapped out of correlation. But even over the past 3 days, these have a 95% correlation. So again, always look at correlation on those different time frames. Always look at kind of what happened, where you can do better. And in all honesty, the way that I could do better is rebalance to encapsulate up here as was up here, which would have probably still kicked me out of range in all honesty over here, but just barely. And I wouldn't have had nearly as much divergence loss. So again, I'm happy with the results of this position. I'm finding 90% APR in Aave. Obviously, my entire portfolio right now is doing about 150, 175% APR. It's really great, but I do have to keep in mind that we are in a bull market. We just saw a ton of volume over the past 10 days or so, which has boosted my overall returns. And I am happy to do 8 to 10% per month on my portfolio if it means that I'm staying relatively low risk. And of course, it is being passive and I do not have to manage it day by day and constantly adjust my liquidity pool. So that's going to wrap it up in today's video. video, I'm actually going to be posting in the DeFi Excel community whenever I do execute on this rebalance, and I'll keep you guys updated with the range that I chose. I do want to put a quick little disclaimer out there. I highly recommend that you do not just copy what I'm doing, and the reason why is because I make adjustments that I don't publish publicly, and if I make those adjustments and you don't know about them, you might end up getting burned because you thought you were following me, but realistically, I wasn't keeping up with actually giving you exactly what I was doing. So again, if you're going to invest in the pools that I'm investing into, always do your own research, look at the underlying assets, make sure that you know the amount of information that I know about these assets, and of course, make sure that you understand the risk that you are investing into. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe. Let me know that you guys want more of these videos down below in the comment section, and you can find more information about DeFi Excel right below this video.